Well, I tried to join up in 39, okay? And I wanted to join the Air Force. There was grammar boys. I was too young. They wouldn't take me. So I went to work for Bata, and then I moved to Toronto to Research Enterprises. So I went to work, volunteer for the Navy. And they said, no, you're in war work, you don't have to go. So finally in 1942, they finally said, you might as well go, you want to go in such a, because if you were not in the Army, you were nothing really for a while. So I joined the Army. But by volunteering, you had a choice of what you want to be in. So I joined Signals for communications. So that was my big, went from there to Kingston, went from there to Peterborough for my basic training. I honestly didn't have to go. They would have kept me in war work. You felt, at our age, you felt so you should go.
Okay.
After the fighting in Sicily had been ended, okay? We were cut, because they were reinforcing the troops. The First Corps came out then, the 5th Division, Armored Division came out. So we didn't actually go into action until Ortona. I was attached to artillery, and once again, we got there, a new air force, and the mud was so bad they couldn't get the guns. We were supposed to relieve British regiments, okay? So we went for all brand new guns, trucks, everything. But they couldn't move the guns out that were there. So we had to take over the guns, let the British take over our new ones, drive back or leave. So we were there, until the spring, until it dried out, because the guns were in so deep they couldn't move them. And the barrels were out from firing. So we actually had two guns for a battery instead of 6. And from then on, we were in action for 18 months, I guess. Very little leave, because no place going in Italy.
So when you guys...
This happened in England, okay? Lady asked her, she was, I'm not sure what she was in the House of Commons or the House of Lords, okay? But she got up and said that we were D-Day dodgers, because we should be fighting under D-Day, okay? Well, instead of that, we were holding down 20 German divisions, which would have really gone to reinforce the invasion, or stop the invasion. So the troops were very put up about this. So they made up a song, and they sang a march, or a marching song, It's in the book. See, when they decided to do D-Day, right? We had no reinforcements, and they wouldn't send any, because they needed them all for the D-Day. So everything was really tight. Like, you couldn't drink water in Italy, because it was so polluted. And also, you couldn't eat anything that was going below ground, because they took the human manure and put it on fields. So there's typhus, malaria, anything could grow in the fields. So everything had to be shipped in. Like, I won't eat turnips to this day, because it was one thing, wax turnip could come in boatloads so it wouldn't hurt. But, so I won't take germ today.
I make turnip. There's more.
Medium maturity, okay? 5.5-inch shells, which weighed about 60 pounds. They could shoot about 8 miles, right? Now to get to Italy, they had a contest in England, which regiments were going, because there were 6 medium regiments in the whole Canadian Army. So they had what they call a shoot at Lid, which are artillery range in South England. And our regiment shot a tank at 6 miles. They were dead on. So we were one, that was why our regiment went, okay? Now, when we left England, they took us to camp, okay? Now we had a very good colonel. He later became a general, but he was very good. Now, he let us have, the day we were to leave, he let us go on leave in the town, okay? As long as we were back by a certain time of the day, okay? There wasn't one deserter. Everybody turned up. And we just left our cannons and that for the next regiment to be formed. And then we were at the casino. I remember casino mostly because there was a high hill in front of us, and they could see everything. Okay, we weren't allowed to go out without our shirts on. Always wear shirts, and it's May, and barrage started at 11 o'clock on May 11th, and he had 1,200 guns, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it started at 11 o'clock at night, and everybody went into barrage, okay? And at about 6 o'clock in the morning, they stopped the barrage, and they started going on counter battery. The blast spots and sound rangers were spotting where German guns were. So they would concentrate on them and fire at them until they moved or stopped, made them move or something. And then about 11 o'clock at night, you never saw so much, and I never saw so much shooting, firing going on. And if it's a reaction behind the gun, you could see the shell go as far as it went. But we were there for, maybe 2 weeks beforehand.
So you're